This message is huge. I can feel the bigness of it as I'm getting ready to bring it through. So I want you to saddle up, buckle in, and get ready because we are about to step into and we are building towards massive shifts and huge, ginormous influxes of light that are coming towards us in 2025. Is it the solar flash? Is it New Earth? Is it our admission into 5D? Tune in to find out. I hope you can watch until the end because this is going to be chocked full of information that I feel like our souls really need at this time so we can really step up and step into this huge shift that is waiting for us. Let's dive in.
Do you feel the light? Do you feel the light? Do you feel the light coming? Do you feel the light? Do you feel the light? Do you feel the light coming? Do you feel the light? Do you feel the light?
Do you feel the light coming? That's my question. Do you feel the light? This is what the guides want to talk about because we are headed into a direction. They want us to head into a direction that is so much more rapid. Things are happening so much faster here, and I think we can feel that right now. We've been having huge influxes of light already in the month of December. We had it a little bit in November, but it's just getting faster and faster. Our integration periods aren't as long anymore. We don't have as much time to receive all of this light and this information, to shed all of this stuff, and then we can take all this time to get used to this new version of ourselves. No, it's happening rapid fire. We don't have as much time in between anymore. We're getting used to, I'm being the light. Oh, now I'm shedding another layer. Now I'm being the light, and it's just happening faster and faster. And I think some of us may be wanting to be like, wait, I need more time to figure all this out. The guides are coming through and saying, there's no time to think. We just need you to trust and act, trust and act, trust and act. Your intuition is coming through. Your excitement is coming through. Follow it, act on it. This is where we're headed. Things may feel like, oh my gosh, I need them to slow down. They don't. We have no time for that anymore. If we want to take that time, we can. We have that choice. But the guides are saying, we are ready to move to this highest echelon that we have been working towards. Are you ready to do it? They want to talk about this because we cannot drag our feet anymore. This is not, I'm afraid to start my intuitive business. I'm afraid to put myself out there in this way. I'm afraid to do this thing. I have this idea, but I'm afraid to step into it. We can't do that anymore. We are saying, I know I need to do this thing. I need to take this class. I need to work with this person. I need to start this business. I need to put this idea out there. I need to reach out to this person, whatever it may be. I know I need to do this thing or these things. I need to release this huge layer that's coming up about my mother. Like, I need to do it. And we can't sit here and hesitate on it anymore. I'm going to go on and on about this, but there's a reason for this. Because we are working towards a point, a possibility that is sitting here at the beginning of April. And if we don't start stepping in and trusting and acting, implementation, we don't have to know what's on the other side. We don't have to know how we're going to be provided for. We just know that the energy that's coming in for us is the providing energy, is the thing that's here to take care of us. We always seem to, as humans, need to have proof of the pudding. If I step into this, what am I going to get from it? The guides are here to say, there is no time for that. We have to start trusting because when we're in this place, this pulls us up into that higher echelon. So it's time to really step in and be fearless about moving forward with what our soul is calling us towards, whatever that may be. Okay, why? Why are they saying this? I want to tell you about some visions that I saw. These are pretty massive, I feel like. So the first one that the guides showed me was this road in nature. And it's like more of a main road, but it's surrounded by trees. It's just a 2-lane road. And all of these cars are stopped on the road. People are getting out of their cars. They're standing on top of their cars and they're looking up at the sky, specifically the sun. And everyone's like, look, oh my gosh, do you see that? And the sun is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And more people are like coming up and noticing and sensing this. Now, do I think the sun is necessarily going to get bigger and bigger? No, but I do think it was a representation of the energy that's going to be happening, aka a possible solar maximum, solar flash. So I just got chills when I said that. So this is what it feels like. The guides are saying, we're ready for this to happen. I feel like this has kind of been delayed because we haven't been fully stepping in. We've been wanting more people to wake up. There's been a lot of reasons for it. But right now, as we step into 2025, it's wanting to happen because it coincides with other events that are going to take place. So everybody's looking at this sun that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I can feel the energy inside of people's bodies. And this isn't everybody. It's the people who have awakened to a certain level and have agreed to go through this. But it feels like a lot of us are going to experience this growing solar energy that will begin to infiltrate our reality. And people's energy starts rising into, oh my gosh, this wonder, this possibility. Oh, it's like all this information comes online for them. They start to just know things, but you can feel the energy in their body rising, the vibration, their beliefs are rising. The belief inside of themselves is getting bigger and bigger about what's possible. So then they take me to this mountain. I'm standing on top of this mountain and I'm looking down at these structures that are below. They look like a sacred site, kind of these structures that you would see at Stonehenge. And they go, look at the sun. And I'm looking at the sun again, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And all of a sudden, I look down at these structures that are below, these sacred sites, and they turn into books. It's the same structures, but they're built out of books. So to me, that felt like, oh, all of the information that these structures hold, the energetic history, the energetic information of, higher dimensions and how they were built, all kinds of stuff. All of this information, because light is information, the sun is a ball of energetic information, is now soaking in to our reality and our plane, and it is lighting up and bringing all of this information back online. Now, this information has always been there, but it's about us being able to come into a conscious state to be able to receive more light so that it can, quote unquote, come online. And it felt like when this solar energy hits and it grows bigger and bigger and bigger, we'll start to remember everything. It will be so easily accessible for us to pull through information about, the pyramids and why they're here and how they were built and who they came from and all this stuff and history and information that they hold. We're going to remember stuff about our soul, past lives. All of this information is going to come back online inside of us, and we're going to begin to remember. Now, why is it important for us to remember all of this stuff? Why is it important for these structures and their energy inside of them to come back online? Because we're going to use this information as we consciously move forward in this higher consciousness to build new earth. We're bringing the understanding of what we've learned from 3D, of what we've learned from being in such close contact with these darker energies, these lower energies. We are bringing that in, and it's part of our history now. And now we're combining it with this higher history. And we're building this new earth out. Now, this gets tricky because is it a new earth? It's kind of. It's like we're bringing two understandings together, this higher understanding and this lower one. But it's a higher understanding of this lower energy, and we're bringing it together now. So it's holding all of this information. So all of our history gets to be put together. So if any of you have seen one of my past videos where I talk about the earth splitting, I'll try and link it in the video so you can watch it at the end. But the earth is basically shedding layers. It's like it has this paper mache around it. Or if you think about it's like a balloon that's sitting inside of, not a balloon because it's not hollow, it's like a ball that's sitting inside of a bunch of trash bags, and you pull one trash bag off and then another trash bag off and then a third one. What this solar energy is going to do is it's going to pull off this last really thick layer that's sitting over top of our true earth, our new earth. We're combining all the information to build the new earth, but a version of earth already exists, and it's been underneath all of these layers. And they're making me feel like when this happens and all of this information comes back online, all of these fifth dimensional pieces and higher that have been a part of our earth are going to start being revealed. They were showing me the oceans, and I'm seeing mermaids and different types of sea creatures that are really benevolent, high dimensional beings starting to swim up to the surface. They've kind of been, we might call them inner earth beings. They've been living in inner earth, but it's not really inner earth. They're not like living in the soil or these layers of the earth. I mean, kind of, but it's like these layers that have been on top of the earth are other earths, and that's being shed. And we're getting to the true earth where these beings have been living this whole time. They've just had layers over top of them, so we couldn't see them. But now that these layers are gone, these beings and these places are going to start popping up. So these might be Lemurian sacred sites and landmarks that are coming up. The land is going to feel different. The water is going to be more activated, the molecules, everything. And there's going to be like beings and creatures that we don't have on this current version of Earth that are going to start coming up to the surface. And they were showing me like these ships that are sitting in the water at the very bottom of the ocean. It's almost like they're acting as plugs. So once this layer gets taken off, these ships start rising up to the surface, and they can start going and coming to Earth and then these other planets and these higher dimensions and coming back and forth. But they're then what starts surfacing through like the sand and the sediment at the bottom of the ocean are like, I was seeing all these mermaids, and it's these Lemurian beings that are going to start coming through, these higher dimensional beings that have been living in this, underneath these layers of the earth. It's not going to be surprising to them because they've been living there the whole time. They know that this is going to happen. They know that these layers are going to be taken off. So when we show up, they're not going to be like, oh my gosh. It might feel like that to us, like, oh my gosh, I feel like I just saw a mermaid. Or I'm just seeing like this ship coming out of the ocean. I'm seeing these different types of beings. Like, what? They're going to be like, yeah, okay, we've been here. We've just been living in another dimension. And this dimension, again, is energy. It's consciousness. It's not like, oh, we have to rise ourselves up, technically, physically. They've been living in this other dimension that's been inside the earth this whole time. It's just like cracking the can open and like bringing it up to the surface. So that's what's going to happen with this solar energy that wants to expand. And I'm feeling it soaking into the earth. It's like it happens over time. It's not like, wow, there's this huge flash in an hour and then everything changes. Like, yes, kind of, but it's more like the energy is building and acclimating over a period of time as we learn to work with it and build with it and integrate it more. It will happen more. It's going to feel quicker. Time may move quicker, but it's moving quickly too because we want to get to this point. So I just want to talk about timeline here and what they've been showing me month-wise. So it feels like December is this month of we're shedding a lot of stuff. It feels like there's probably a lot of bigger things that are coming up for people, survival mechanisms, things from childhood that might be like root causes of why their nervous system might be acting in a certain way and they cling to certain attachments. I know I've been dealing with this myself and releasing some bigger stuff. We want to identify what that is and find whoever we need to help us release this. I have worked with this really incredible woman named Elaine in the past who does really incredible soul work. I'm going to link her below. So if any of you are like, wow, I want to do some deeper soul work and release some deeper things, feel free to connect with her and do that deeper soul work, because it's really needed right now. So I'll have that in the description below. But this is what's really needed. We're really coming in to release these deeper things for ourselves, so we're not acting out of survival mode anymore. We're not acting out of fear that we won't be provided for or taken care of. And that's what I was referring to at the beginning of this video as well, that we need to start trusting. Even if that fear is there, even if that trauma is still there, we can still move forward and step up into this higher belief for ourselves that we deserve to have the things that we want, that we deserve to act on our highest excitement. And we know that even if it isn't going to happen right away, that we will be taken care of on the other side so abundantly, so much more incredibly than we could ever imagine. It's not about, I need you to show me I'll be taken care of before I take the leap. It's take the leap and I trust that I will be. Even if it's like a couple months down the road. Like, you want to do this thing? You want to sign up for this class? You want to work with this person? You want to do this, but I don't have the money. I don't know. Or I have the money, but I'm afraid to spend it because I'm afraid I won't have anything else. The guides are like, do it, spend it. You know you need to do this. You know it's going to help you, but we hold ourselves back. We hesitate out of fear, out of this survival mechanism. And they're saying, we need to let this go now. We have to do this, the work to push ourselves through it, because we want to get to this point. Like I said, we kind of choose the solar flash. We are the solar flash. We have to become it. Just like manifestation. You want to manifest something into your reality? Well, what's the energy that you need to become so you can start attracting it in? It's the same thing with the solar flash. It's a huge amount of high energy. And we have to become that level first to be able to receive it. So the guides are here like, we're ready to bring this through because we need all of this information to come back online so we can start using it to build the new earth. So December is all about getting our ducks in a row, getting clear, getting organized on how you want to move forward. What is it you want to implement? What is it that you might want to take action on and create? How can you streamline that for yourself? How can you cut the fat and clear stuff out of your life so that you can really step into that? And what are the things that are coming up personally for you in your own reality, in your own emotional body that may need to be released, that aren't serving you anymore? It's going to be pretty obvious. You just need to be aware of like these nuances. Why am I acting this certain way? Why do I feel like I need to do this thing? Is it coming from a place of power or is it coming from a place of fear? And then you can be like, well, what's the fear here? Okay, I see. And then you can start dissecting what's coming up so you can help to release it and bring light to it, which is understanding, is the information of why this is happening in the first place. That's what light is. It's information, understanding. So that's what December is all about. It feels like we're getting into this alignment. This is no time to hesitate. We have this Mercury retrograde happening, which I know it's coming to an end pretty soon. Yay. But also, this has been such a beneficial time to get into that nitty-gritty of what do I actually want? How do I actually want to move forward? What do I need to release so that I can step in and start doing this work here? You know, there's this program from the third dimensional world that hard work needs to be hard. You know, our soul is built for hard work. It's not hard work, it's soul work. We're here to step into the challenge because we're that freaking powerful to be able to do it. We're not here to just be like, at this level, oh, everything will just be attracted to me. We need to do the work to get to that level. And that's what's being called for us right now, to build that trust and really step into it. I am going to take this action. My soul is calling me towards it. My soul is calling me towards it because my soul knows it's going to be provided for on the other side, that it's going to blow me out into this wealth of abundance that wants to come in for me. January, as we step into January, I'm seeing a whole bunch of light coming in again. This is like preparation. It's the appetizer. I talked about in a previous video too, with portals opening and these ETs that are bringing in energy from these portals. They're going up and back, up and down through these portals to bring through this energy and put it into the earth. So they're really working with Mother Earth to help set this energy in so that we can receive it and put it in our bodies, clear things out, step into our trust and our trusting action and start implementing things. This is really coming in January, and the sun is helping to bring in more of that information too, and these galactic beings are helping with all of this. It's all happening. So there's going to be a huge rush of light, I feel like, in January as well. So Mother Earth is receiving a lot of higher energy, and it's coming in now. It's going to keep coming in January. I'm offering a meditation on December 16th, which is Monday at 8 p.m. EST. And we're going to tune in with Mother Earth and see what she has to say about all of this that's happening, all of this energy that's coming on board, where we're headed with this ascension process and these shifts and this solar energy that's coming in. So we're going to receive a bunch of information and messages from her and tune in with her. So if you'd like to join, you can check out that link below. So January looks really bright to me. And then as we hit the end of January and we go into February and March, there's a dip. So this is why it's so important that we really need to step in too and start implementing what our soul is calling us to do. Things are going to start collapsing and getting exposed. It feels like February and March, I hate to say a dip, but it's like all of this stuff is going to start coming up to the surface because of the light that's coming onto the planet. And there's going to be things exposed. Systems are going to start collapsing and getting called out. It just feels like there is a lot of dark that will be coming up. And the guides are saying the dark will offer an invitation here, an invitation to us. It's going to happen collectively and individually. So it's going to come in and ask, are you going to accept their invitation and give in and refuse this trust in these higher realms? Refuse your own sovereignty? Or are you going to maintain it? The invitation is, oh, I'll give you this nice cushy thing and we'll take care of everything for you. They showed me this house, and it was this old house, and this old lady like takes me into the door and she's like, oh, I have this room for you. And the room is like all white and bright. It's almost like a bed and breakfast or something. And she's like, you can stay here, you can live here, and I'll make you food and take care of you and all that stuff. But the house itself is so old, and the walls are starting to crack, and the banister, when we walk up the stairs, like the knob falls off, and then and it's just like creaky and old. And then the room is really light and bright. So the dark knows how to make an inviting invitation for you, but it's going to become clearer what that invitation is. It's like they're going to try and make it attractive. They want to do that. So let's say it's on an individual level. Oh, if you keep playing in this trauma that you have, maybe it's a trauma of, I'm going to refuse to see that I am good enough and that what I have to offer and what I step into is good enough and people want to receive it. I'm going to keep telling myself no and denying myself things. And the dark is going to say, yeah, keep doing that. You'll be okay. You'll feel, we'll take care of you. We'll bring you things. We'll bring you that job that you hate, but it'll be a lot of money. You know, that kind of thing. So we're not going to fall for it. And there's going to be stuff happening collectively too that's going to start getting exposed, where this invitation is going to come in, this invitation of fear. And it's our job to maintain our sovereignty through it. So this feels like it's going to start happening in March and February and March, as things start to collapse, as things start getting exposed and coming up to the surface. They also showed me this little town wrapped in like this mountain. And from around the mountains, there was like this many-headed monster. I was like, is this the book of Revelation? Like, what is this? But it looked like this serpent / like dragon type monster that's coming around the mountains. And it felt like clouds, these really dark clouds are coming over. And this feels like at the end of March, it might get really kind of dark. And this might be the 3 days of darkness that people have talked about. Is it going to get physically dark? I don't know. I think it's more of an energetic thing. And it feels like, are we going to give into this consciousness, or do we know better? This is almost the test for, is this solar energy going to expand? Are we able to accept it? That's what this feels like. So as we hit this like really dark point and this deep invitation of, do you want to stay in this darkness? It is our job to know better and keep moving forward in this trust and maintain our sovereignty, knowing we are about to be so abundantly taken care of. So once we kind of like pass that test, April is just flooded with all of this golden light. Now, it's bright, but it's not the brightest light I've seen yet. But it's like this flooded with gold, this golden light. It feels really good. It feels like we're working it in. And then all of a sudden in May, it's like, boom, that golden light turns into a burst of white light. So from May through the rest of the year, it's like white light just flooding in, and it's coming in stronger and stronger and stronger. And all of this information is coming back. Things are being brought to the surface that has been hidden. And this is good stuff that's been hidden, the higher dimensional stuff that's been hidden, that's coming up in this white light. So we're preparing for these times, but it's up to us. We can choose if we want to stay small and hidden and interfere, or if we're going to step in and step into this trust. As we step into this new year, I will be offering things to help us with this. I have Intuition Club coming, which is going to help you get more in tune with your intuition and how you receive things. I also plan to have a membership coming that will help us tune in and pull the information from these ancient sites and our history. So stay tuned for that. If you would like to be notified when these things happen first, you can go to my website. There's a link below to sign up for the email list. Or be sure to subscribe to my channel, because this is where I will probably announce things like that first. So I really want to help us step into this energy. But right now it's so crucial. We cannot give up. We cannot sit here and say, okay, this administration that's coming in is going to take care of it for us. They're going to help collapse everything. I don't have to do anything. Yes, you do. This is what we came for. If you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, I can't do this anymore. This is like, it's kind of like that old stuff that just needs to come off of you. Yes, we may be tired. That's just a physical body, but our soul is raring to go. Our soul is ready to hit that momentum and bring all of this forward. It is ready. We are at these unprecedented times that we have been talking about. And these higher beings are here saying, we're ready to make this happen. Should you choose it? Do you want to step in or not? So things are going to happen pretty rapidly, and it's like we have to just make decisions and not think. And I don't mean like we're making decisions out of impulse or fear because I don't know what to do. You're going to be clear about it. You're going to feel it in your heart of, this is something I really want to do. I don't really have all of it figured out yet, but I'm just going to start it, and I trust that it's going to get figured out as I step in. That's the kind of energy. Not, oh my gosh, I have to do something, and we're acting out of this frantic state. It's not going to be frantic. It's going to say, okay, I trust. This is coming in for me. I'm just going to do it. And I know that I'm going to be shown the path to help carry this out and receive what I need in order to be provided for. And it's just all going to come together. And this is the energy the universe is looking for from us in order to bring through this solar energy that we've all been waiting for. This solar energy, this flash, is not here to take care of it for us. We are here to take care of it. It's looking for us to step up into this higher trusting part of ourselves. That's what brings it in. So if we want to sit here and still think that things are going to be taken care of for us, we're going to be sitting there for a while. They're showing me this, I don't want to say division that's happening, but this separation that may be happening. This energy is asking, who's ready? Who's ready for this? Are you going to keep playing in these lower fields, or are you going to step up into this trust? Those who choose, and they may be the ones who have not awakened or have awakened fully yet, are going to still play in this like lower kind of timeline where there's more chaos and intensity with this collapsing. Are we still going to witness the collapsing and some intensity? Yes. When we're in the higher dimensions, we can see everything that's happening on the lower. But when we're up in this higher consciousness, it doesn't affect us as much because we've stepped into this trust. We know what to follow now. Whereas they're still kind of swimming in, am I supposed to follow this? Am I supposed to be taken care of? I got to work out all this stuff. But we know how to follow the light now. It's within ourselves. And we have to step into this trust so we can make room to receive what's coming. We got to clean the closets out. We can't sit here and still be in this fear. So let's get prepared for this. If you want to join me on December 16th for Channeling New Earth, that meditation, I would love to have you. You can head to the link below to sign up for that. And then the other offerings that I have coming through, stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching all of the way through. I just feel like we're in such an important time. We can't slack right now. This is not... No one is here to save us. No one is here to take care of this for us. Everyone is playing a role. While there may be some people that are helping with the collapsing of these systems, we are here to build new ones. That is happening simultaneously. As the collapse happens, the build is happening too. This is so important. We're removing this huge layer. It's ready to come off so that we can start touching back in with this fifth dimensional version of Earth and start using the information that is coming online to build it out in a bigger and more abundant way. All right, thank you guys so much. I hope to see you for the event on the 16th or for the other offerings that I will be bringing forward starting in January. So stay tuned for those. Let's step into that trust. Let's step into that momentum and where our soul is calling us, this fearless determination that wants to come forward, and let's welcome this shift in with open arms. I'll see you guys on the other side. Thank you so much.
Do you feel the light? Do you feel the light? Do you feel the light coming? Do you feel the light? Do you feel the light?